Damn, what a mess it has been the past couple days, right? This PS5 rollout, the pre-orders, the PS5 showcase, and all the confusion that happened afterwards, it's just been a mess. So the PS5 showcase happened yesterday. I streamed it on my channel, did my reactions and everything. And for like half of the show, I was a little bit spooked. I didn't really think it was that great of a show for most of it. And then, of course, Demon Souls made up for things. It looked amazing. They showed some gameplay. They announced the price of the PS5 digital at $399 and then the disc version for $499. So we got our prices. We got a release date, which is November 12th. Everything was laid out in stone, finally, right? We had been waiting months for these announcements, and finally it happened. Now, after the show was over, then all of this confusion and frustration and mixed messaging started happening. I remember as soon as I cut the stream, I went to Twitter, and the first thing I saw was that Demon Souls was coming to PC. I'm like, what? And just before I ended my stream, somebody in the chat had been saying that it is coming to PC, but I was correcting them because I knew at that point, up until that point, that wasn't true. But then I got off the stream, saw it on Twitter. I was like, oh snap, he must have saw something, or they must have saw something. So I'm tweeting, I'm trying to figure it out. Is this real? I'm asking people, is this legit? How do we know for sure? Is it going to be day one? That was kind of my main question. Is it day one? And I couldn't really find an answer. Some people were telling me yes. Some people were telling me they don't know. It was very confusing. So everyone is just going crazy on Twitter. That happens. Then they ended up coming out saying that that was a mistake, that it wasn't really coming to PC or other consoles. It's not a timed exclusive. No, it's straight up PS5 exclusive. It was a quote unquote mistake, which I still think is a quote unquote, because I feel like they probably released that information too soon, and maybe they saw the hype around the PC version or something. That's so big of a mistake. I mean, it could happen, but part of me still feels that maybe this is going to be announced later and it wasn't supposed to be told so soon. So anyways, regardless, Sony says, nope, it's only on PS5. That's that. So we're all cleared up, right? Then some tweets come out and some articles and quotes by Sony saying that Miles Morales and Horizon, was it Frozen Wilds, coming to PS4 as well as PS5. And everybody's like, what? Hold on, because just a few weeks ago, a couple months ago, Sony had been saying nothing but, we believe in generations. We believe in creating a console that brings you these new features, and these games are going to take advantage of the new features, etc., etc. We believe in generations. And everybody was giving a bunch of criticism towards Xbox because they were saying the opposite. They were saying no one's going to be left behind. Phil Spencer himself, Matt Booty, all those guys pretty much saying they're going to keep supporting the Xbox One X, S, all across the board. Play anywhere, right? These games you can play anywhere, your PC, your mobile, whatever. And people were getting upset about that, saying that the old versions are going to hold back the new versions and all of that. So Sony comes out and says, you know what? We're doing the same thing. We're going to bring out these games. We're going to bring them to PS4 as well. We're not leaving the PS4 behind. So that blew up on Twitter. Everyone's going crazy. That to me was probably the most surprising thing of all of this. And while all of this is going on, the pre-orders just magically start. I think Walmart was first. They're like, you know what? We're not going to make you wait. Pre-orders are open now. And then everybody starts pre-ordering. Then I think later on it was GameStop. You could actually go into the store, go get your pre-orders. They only had a limited supply, especially when it came to digital. I really do think that was intentional too, by the way. I think they had the limited on the digital for a reason. They want us to spend more, all right? So GameStop started the pre-orders. Then Best Buy, Target, and later on Amazon started theirs as well, all within the first day. They had just told us tomorrow, which would have meant Thursday, not Wednesday, but they all started on Wednesday. So it was a complete disaster for some because they weren't able to get a PS5 and it was frustrating for them. I know for me, it was hard to get a digital at first. I had been trying at a couple places, wasn't having any luck. Then finally with Amazon, I was there at the right time. I got the tweet at the right time and was able to score one. But that's just me really honestly being on Twitter at the right time. Not everyone was. And again, people were shut out and not able to get one. Then today, just now as I'm recording this a few minutes ago, Walmart opened up another round of pre-orders scheduled at 6 p.m. Pacific. Didn't last at all. Within a minute, sold out. So you have two sides. You could either have it not planned, you're just on Twitter at the right time, you score one, or everyone knows exactly the time and they're just gone. You have no chance. So it's like either way, people are getting screwed. So that's going on, pre-order madness. And there's stuff coming out about Spider-Man as well, that if you have the PS4 version already, you're not going to get a free upgrade for the PS5 remaster graphics. That's another outrage that's kind of going on right now. I don't really know what they mean by remaster. I'm assuming they mean enhanced, somewhat like the Xbox does with, between generations or consoles. I'm assuming it's like that. I haven't really looked into it, but Sony out here with the mixed messaging, that is for sure. People are calling them liars because they, said they believe in generations and all that. They are, charging $70 for some of these games. That was already kind of predicted based on other games like Call of Duty and stuff like that. It wasn't a surprise, but it just adds another layer on top of disappointment and confusion and frustration. And some of it's entertaining, but most of it has just been really confusing. And a lot of people I've noticed, I've just been going through Twitter, I've been going through YouTube a little bit, even including like my comment section and stuff from when we were live. There was definitely a lot of confusion going on just between us. I was messaging friends and they were messaging me like, wait, what's going on? Is this true? And where can I get a pre-order? And thankfully, I was able to help a few of you with my retweet of that Amazon link when they went live later in the night. A lot of people messaged me like, thank you. I only got it because of you. And that made me feel good. But at the same time, there was still a lot of people who missed out because they weren't on Twitter at a random time in the night, and it's crazy. So yeah, it's just been hectic and confusing. And now Xbox has come out, I guess, and took a little bit of a jab and said, listen, we have our pre-order set for September 22nd at this time and this, whatever. These places, here's the links. But again, it's that thing of like, okay, now everyone knows, which is good, but it might be harder to get. You might be waiting online amongst a bunch of other people clicking the same button at the same time. And it might, who knows, it might crash the site. Who knows? I wish you guys luck in that if you are getting an Xbox, but it's been crazy. And who knows if those are going to leak even earlier. Sometimes these retailers just do it. And I noticed some people were kind of using that as an excuse, like, don't blame Sony, it was Best Buy. But then at the same time, Xbox hasn't had that happen yet. So I don't know, I don't want to speak too soon because they could definitely have it happen. But so far, they've kind of stuck to their certain date and certain time. Sony flat out was lying. They said tomorrow. I guess that was code for any minute now. I mean, I don't know. Sony definitely fumbled the bag with a lot of this stuff. And that's not surprising, but it is kinda, because Sony, when you think about Sony versus Xbox, you kind of look at Sony, at least recently, as kind of having things in order. And they've kind of been doing good things, right? Quote unquote good things. And Xbox is usually the one known as having bad messaging, right? They're kind of the ones that are known for that, at least this generation for sure. So to have Sony have it kind of, flip the script, it was it was interesting to say the least. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. I'm sure there's things I left out. This is just what I remember from the past 24 hours or so. It's been kind of crazy. Let me know if you guys got a pre-order, if you were trying, or if not, if you're still looking. And also, just let me know what you think was maybe the most confusing or surprising or infuriating even news about the past, 48 hours or whatever, by the time you watch this, since the PS5 showcase. What has been the most confusing? Let me know, you guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.